Hi guys. So, there are only two subtopics left for me to discuss on lesson 11, which is the two types of online communication, the synchronous and asynchronous communication. And the last one will be the three forms of online interaction: teacher to learner interaction, learner to content interaction, and learner to learner interaction. So, without further ado, let's start the discussion. So let's start from the asynchronous communication. The synchronous communication does not require a constant bit rate. Examples are file transfer, email, and the World Wide Web. In online learning, asynchronous communication is associated with learning anytime and anywhere. This usually calls for the use of a discussion forum tool or other tool in learning management system. Online teachers and students can post learning activities and can retrieve the messages or directions posted in the forum at any time. So, at, for me, this is the most convenient communication um, in our island, in our province. Kasi we have an unstable internet connection. Dito kasi sa asynchronous communication, the student and teacher can send a file na pwede nilang gawin anytime yung activity. But also, meron din yung deadline for the activities. Pero yung mga files na sinend, pwedeng mabalikan ng students para magbasa, manood, or kung video, manood nung sinend na video. Kasi on this, sarili mo yung oras. Kailangan mo lang talagang i-manage yon para magawa mo yung mga task na naibigay sa'yo. So yun, for the teacher will send, for example, sa Google Classroom, at the teacher will send the file, tas ikaw i-download mo na lang, and para if you have time, you can read the module, the learning material, and then answer it. Ganon kaganda yung asynchronous communication kasi walang nagdidikta sa'yo ng oras kung kailan mo dapat gawin. Meron siyang deadline, pero kung kailan mo dapat basahin, ganon, like, kahit gabi, pwede ka mag-aral. Kasi pwede mong balikan. Yun yung maganda doon. Yung term na balikan, hindi tulad ng ex mo, hindi ka na yung babalikan. Char. Pero yun, may pwede kang balikan. Yung mga files, yung mga videos, pwede mo yung balikan. At anytime, pwede kang gumawa ng activities. Most especially, mabagal ang internet connection. Walang, magandang, walang magandang network na stable. Tapos yung electricity pa on and off. Kaya yun yung maganda. Pwede mong balikan kahit 12 o'clock ng gabi, pwede ka mag-aral. Ito yung isa sa maganda kasi madami tayong classmates or schoolmates na mga working student kasi binubuhay nila yung sarili nila. On this, yun, anytime pwede sila mag-aral kasi hawak nila yung oras nila. Pero, always manage your time wisely. Yun lang. So, let's go on the other side. The next one will be the synchronous communication. It is the opposite of asynchronous. So, synchronous communication takes place in real time. The word synchronous means communicating and doing specific tasks at the same time. In online learning, this type of communication calls for the use of chat rooms and online conferences. This is a challenging and demanding type of online communication because it takes place in real time. The problem in access to the internet can, however, serve as a drawback in asynchronous communication. So, madaming negative about sa asynchronous communication kasi yun nga, especially for us kasi mabagal ang internet connection and laging nagba-brown out. Pero in this, for me lang as a discussant, I think mas madaling matuto if sa asynchronous communication kasi na supervised teacher. Yun yung maganda doon kasi may supervision. As in real time, nagdi-discuss yung teacher mo at ikaw, nakikinig ka, nagbabatuhan ng questions, may Q&A. Kumbaga, para lang kayo nasa school setting, pero on a monitor. Yun lang yung pinagkaibahan. Nasa monitor. Kaya, I think, if mabibigyan tayo ng chance lang sana na may mabilis na internet connection, it would be best. Talaga, it would be best. Kasi iba pa rin talaga yung may nagtuturo. Kahit on-screen, maganda yon. Na-assess ng maayos yung student. Kasi sa asynchronous, yun yung downfall din sa asynchronous. Hindi, hindi talaga ma-assess ng maayos ng teacher. Kasi it's either lahat ng gawa niya galing na sa Google, ganon. On this, dito, talagang nasusupervise niya na, yung bata, may natututunan kasi talagang on real-time recitation, nakakasagot, may laman yung sinasabi. Yun yung maganda dito sa synchronous. Kaso nga lang yun, walang maayos na internet connection and patay sindi ang kuryente. Pero there are other universities, big universities talagang, ito yung ginagamit. Blended learning sila. May synchronous at asynchronous. Hindi sila purely online learning. Yun yung maganda. Kaso nga lang yun, hindi tayo privileged enough na magkaroon ng magandang internet connection at magandang supply ng kuryente. So yun, sad lang kasi it would be best sana. Pero yun yung meaning niya. The last topic of lesson 11 will be the three forms of online interaction. So according to Moore and Kearsley, active learning will not take place in an online environment unless the interaction is deliberately planned and the teacher encourages it. True, correct. In teacher-to-learner interaction, this form of interaction takes place when the online teacher, for example, conduct an open discussion with the students using the chat room, social media technologies, and other tools for online conferences. This type of interaction requires real-time communication, and therefore it is a synchronous. The chat room is the one basic tool where teacher to student interaction normally takes place. So, dito na papasok yung pag-assess ng teacher, yung assessment ng teacher through observation regardless of nasa monitor sa student. Mahalaga yun sa development ng learner. Yung na-assess pa rin ng teacher regardless of virtual. Ito yung tinatawag din na virtual classroom. Kasi yun, real time kayong nag-uusap. Pero ang pinagkaiba lang, nasa own pace mo ikaw and nag-aaral ka using the monitor. 'Di ba? Parang dati pinapangarap lang natin 'to, 'di ba? Yung sa mga artista ganun 'di ba yung wow, nag-online siya homeschooling. And now, lahat tayo homeschooling na. So yun, and sabi daw, ano, dito sa teacher-learner interaction, dito papasok yung feedback. For example, yung teacher nagbigay ng activities and based sa kanyang mga gawa, iba, parang naglilihis yung mga answer niya. So doon, magbibigay ng feedback yung teacher. Ganito, ganyan. Para sa part na yan, malalaman ng learner na, mali pala yung ginawa ko. I need to change this. I need to, do my best on the next activity. So yun, mahalaga yun. And providing clear and detailed information to the learner to every step of the way. So yun. Kasi, ang mahirap kasi sa asynchronous, sinesend lang yung direction without, hindi masyado maintindihan kasi, di ba, alam mo yung, ang hirap intindihan ng direction ni sir, ni ma'am. So, in this, magagay talaga ng maayos ni ma'am, ni sir, yung student. Pag merong teacher and learner interaction. And also, sana, Meron kasi ibang teacher talaga na ibang attitude na ang hirap i-approach. So yun, tiyagaan, minsan tiyagaan, iba-iba kasi yung timpla ng mga teacher. Tao din ang teachers. So yun. So, pero maganda pa rin yung mag-a-approach ka sa teacher mo para mas maintindihan. And mas maganda if i-approach mo siya sa if nahiya ka, sige, personal message mo. If you have some queries about the activity, pwede mo siya isend sa group chat para yung iba mong classmate na mahihain, gusto din tanungin yung same question na itatanong mo o sasagot ni ma'am. Yun yung mas maganda. So yun lang talaga yun. So the next one is the learner to content interaction. Interaction with content in the context of online learning can take many forms and serve a variety of function. The learner to content interaction is demonstrated with online students are given the opportunity to interact with the lesson or specific subject matter which may be assigned to them by their online teacher. For example, the online teacher directs the student to visit a website to read a particular article that covers the lesson. It can also be a demonstrated with online students are assigned to a particular web-based instructional materials, such as a simulation of tutorial program. This interaction takes place only between the student and the content without the teacher. So, papasok na dito yung ano, yung teacher will offer a content in different formats including text, audio, or video. And also give them breaks or quizzes to check for understanding. Also make sure that materials can be read easily on the screen or can be printed. Moreover, create challenging tasks that require students to interact with the content and explore the topic in greater details. Yun naman yung for the assessment. And also, di ba, tawag doon, pag for the student, bibigyan tayo ng learner materials ng teacher. Pero, ang nasa laman ng learner material na yon, kulang pa yon. As a student, you must read a supplementary materials para mas matuto ka. Kasi there are some activities na wala talaga din sa module yung sagot. Because, ang intention lang ng learner material for you to read and yung curiosity mo, mas lalo kang mag-curious, parang ganito, about, for example, sa Little Prince ni Saint Exupéry. Ay, maganda yung story. Tapos, magre-research ka about doon, it's either sa Little Prince, yung history ng Little Prince, paano siya nagawa ni Saint Exupéry, who is Saint Exupéry, yun. Magkakaroon ng curiosity mata, will research on that topic. 'Di ba? Kaya yon. Kaya dapat merong learner to content interaction. 'Di ba? Ang ganda lang na yung curiosity mo tataas kasi yun yung nandoon sa content. It's either by reading, pakikinig, auditory, or panonood ng video. 'Di ba? Kaya ma-open talaga lahat ng senses mo. And yun sa content, dapat talaga mahilig ka magbasa. Sabi daw nga, making reading a habit. Dahil yung lahat ng nababasa mo dyan, in the future, magagamit mo din yan. So yun. And for the learner-to-learner interaction, the learner-to-learner interaction is perhaps the most important of the three forms of online interaction according to Morse. This type of interaction takes place between and among online students. If you recall your previous course, the teaching methods and strategies designing learning activities in a traditional learning environment requires your creativity to prompt and sustain learner-to-learner interaction. So, yung pinaka-use talaga ng learner-to-learner interaction is yung collaboration. between learners, your peers, your classmates. Kasi mas natututo talaga tayo pag pag hindi mo iniisip masyado yung, yung magtatanong ka, di ba? Like, for example, ako, confused ako ah, sa mga psychomotor sa major namin. Sometimes, busy si sir, hindi masyado, nag-chat pero hindi siya online kasi busy, ganon. You can ask your classmates, di ba? Kasi meron din silang knowledge about doon. Maganda yun yung sa group chat, ganon, nagbabatuhan kayo ng questions, nagbe-brainstorming with your classmates. Yun. And also, it enables students to interact with each other even in your absence through new technology. Yun, yung sa chat, sa Facebook, di ba, sa Messenger. Di ba, lahat naman ata tayo merong private group chat na hindi kasali si ma'am si sir. Doon tayo nagtatanungan, uy, paano to? Paano yan? With that, yung isa nating classmate na, oh, alam niya pala yung gagawin, lahat kayo na nandun sa group chat mo, ninyo, matututo, magkakaroon ng idea kung ano yung gagawin nyo. 'Di ba? Yung collaboration, mahirap nga lang dito, yung asa-asa lang, yung walang naiambag kasi nga lang, huwan tamad, naghihintay na lang sa kung ano yung ibibigay. Dapat dito sa learner-to-learner interaction, it is a give and take process. Hindi yung tanong ka lang ng tanong, wala ka malang may sagot kahit meron kang alam, nga ka lang. Don't be selfish. Help each other out. Magtulungan kayo, magtulungan tayo para sabay-sabay tayong gagraduate. Baka in the future, hindi lang sabay-sabay, nandun pa tayo sa unahan nakaupo. Maganda yun. Magtulungan tayo para maganda di ba yung nagtutulungan? Sabay-sabay lang tayong aahon sa buhay. And also, provide a student-only forum where learner can discuss their interests, or you can even schedule chat sessions that they can attend to discuss a specific topic. So yun yung sinabi ko kanina, yung magkakaroon na ng pag-usap na pang-akademiko, magkakaroon pa sila ng interaction where mas makikilala na yung isa't isa, magkakaroon ng bonding. Diba, maganda yung nag-usap kayo na pang-academics na, pang-fun pa. Yung, alam mo yung mag-uusap-usap kayo, pero yung sa pag-usapan nyo, may matututunan kayo. Yun yung maganda. Kasi di ba most of the time, nahihiya tayo sa mga teacher. Huwag kayo mahiya. Pero, if times talagang hindi mo kayong, magtanong ka sa classmates mo. Brainstorming. So, yun lang naman yun. Here, on the last part, one of the essential interaction that can happen in an online setting is the use of online discussion. One major benefit of online discussion is that they can combine all three types of interaction. So dito na yung combination na nung lahat ng interactions na pinag-aralan natin kanina. Here, for example, student can read or view materials to prepare for the discussion, then share their thoughts with the student, peers, and ultimately receive feedback from the instructor. Online discussion can help students achieve positive learning outcomes. However, online student instructor and student-student interactions have a different place, time, and fidelity dimension. Yon, yung base na tayo dito yung sa availability, most especially kung, di ba, asynchronous or synchronous yung class. So, yun lang naman, we're on the modern world where technology arouse and ever-changing, madaming changes, and para hindi ka ma-culture shock, ano, hop in with the changes. Hop in with the globalization. Yun. Magsabay ka, sabay with the flow sa globalization. Yun yung best. And also, most especially, we are a learner-centered um, teaching and learning process. So, most of the time, Yung student kailangan magbasa kasi hindi lahat ng oras aasa kay teacher. Hindi teacher mag-spoon feed sa'yo ng answer yung tanong mo. Merong internet, merong library, you can search from your own pace. Hindi lahat asa kay teacher. And make reading a habit. Dahil pag nagbabasa, may mas edge ka. So, thank you!